Our next eminent speaker of today's summit, Dr. Harish Pant. Now I take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Pant. Dr. Pant, Managing Director at Hampson Industries Private Limited. He's having the global experience of 32 years in aerospace, automotive, and steel sectors. He's a mentor, poet, author, blogger, columnist, and keynote speaker. Developed global vision and sustainability model and further carrying out research on 3 currencies model for social, environmental, and economical impacts. He is a distinguished alumnus and fellow of Institution of Engineers, MIET, Vice Chairman, Indian Institution of Industrial Engineering, Member Advisory Committee, IMA Bangalore, Member of Aeronautical Society of India and SAE. He is a recipient of Outstanding Corporate Award, MTC Global, IMA Operational Excellence Award, Mother Teresa Excellence Award, Award for Industrial Development, and others. We welcome you at I.T.S, sir. Now request and invite Dr. Pant, sir, for his remarks.
A very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Yes. I welcome to all of you to celebrate this ICT National Summit here, 2017. My sincere thanks to Dr. Sunil Pandey for inviting me in this program. It's my privilege and honor to be with Shri Arpit Chadda, Shri Surinder Sood, Shri Anil Swaroop, Dr. K.K. Devan, Mr. Meghraj Dubey, who just left, and Mr. Sunil Kumar Pandey, other eminent personalities, faculty, and the students attending this program. Whole world is going through massive changes wherein living with uncertainty has become a new normal. I will share my thoughts, first providing global context, leading to Indian context, then deliberating on drivers of changes in IT and ICT impact, and concluding with actions and takeaway for students. In terms of global context, we see that twin cancers are impacting world economic growth. First is the high debt. Second is no growth happening or very low growth happening worldwide. Just to give an example, USA has got a debt of $23.4 trillion, and we know that one of the biggest economy, China, is slowing down. We also see Brexit impact. Still UK is tethering whether to go for Brexit or not go, and the impact which it will have in Europe and Britain. We see geopolitical dynamics playing out, low oil prices and future demand for oil is making even USA start exporting oil and shale gas. Have you heard about autonomous vehicle? Autonomous vehicle? None of you? Okay. You must have heard Google has developed autonomous vehicle, and so are the many companies are developing autonomous vehicle. And there is a term being used now in engineering circle where they call it ACES. A stands for autonomous, C for connected, E for electrified, and fourth is shared. This whole combination is going to have such a far-reaching impact that majors like GM, Ford, Toyota, you name it, all of them are getting hugely impacted by it. 3D printing technology is going to disrupt manufacturing environment substantially. I come from aerospace background, and just to give you a background, recently GE has developed ATP engine it used to have 285 parts, all high precision, high temperature, withstanding components. These have been reduced to simply 12 parts. It used to take 24 months to develop an engine. Now this time has been reduced to weeks. We are seeing employment-less growth, global warming. The people who are living in and around NCR, they are breathing polluted air. And world is moving progressively towards platform thinking. In Indian context, we know that Modi has recently upgraded India's sovereign rating after 13 years of gap, and this has shot up the share market substantially. Merrill Lynch India also says that India should be the third largest economy by 2028, with the GDP growth pegged at 10% for coming decade. Also, we know that as per various projections made by economists, India should be the fifth largest economy in the world by year 2019. So we are seeing that India is at the cusp of massive changes, would require a whole set of enabling technologies, innovations, requisite resources, along with policy support of government. Ever-growing demographics of India calls for unprecedented human endeavor due to sheer scale and scope, unprecedented in the history of humankind. The stage is being set for massive growth through various government policies and interventions, GST, Aadhaar, Startup India, like these many programs have been initiated by government. Information, communication, and technology is enabling our present hyper-connected and integrated world. There are 5 major drivers of change in IT. The first is the globalization. It is expected that by 2020, there would be 50 billion connected devices. About a week back, there was a news that Qualcomm is developing Bluetooth devices which will be charged through radio frequencies. Using RF as an energy source means the Bluetooth chip will have an infinite lifetime and include processing and sensors. As it will be available at a fraction of the price of traditional devices, it will be an enabler of an IoT revolution. This is first time happening, and it is expected that by 2018, this device will get commercialized. So IoT is very much going to happen, and 2018 onwards, the implementation will skyrocket. Data explosion, we are saying 90% of the world data was created in 2 years. And with the content explosion, we are going to see even more dramatic explosion of data. Mobile connectivity, now we have 6 billion population, which is 87% of our population covered in mobility. Recently launched program by government, which is BharatNet, with an investment of 2.3 lakhs crore, is going to further push up mobility connectivity in rural India as well. We see rise of social businesses. Consumers are demanding better and more fulfilling experience armed with social media onslaught for negative experiences. Now modernizing is not simple your wish. It is for survival, it has to be implemented across various industries and institutions. Today's high volume, high velocity, and high variety business transactions can't be handled by 20-year-old legacy systems. Now all the business needs machine learning, analytics, augmented reality, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence to meet future aspirations of humanity. There is going to be unprecedented ICT impact. Information, communication, and technology being 3 enablers are going to have unprecedented disruptions in every facet of our life. Information with analytics and artificial intelligence, you might have heard IBM Watson comes with this capability, will drive all businesses without much human interface. Communication enabled with 5G, 6G will send TB of data in seconds, and technology will connect all things and devices seamlessly, where subsequent actions will be performed by machine learning. This will leave only design, creative, and social connect work for humans. Technology will be progressively utilized for dangerous, dirty, duplicate, and delicate work being done by humans presently. Emerging ABC of technologies are analytics, big data, and cloud computing. If you are not developing deep capabilities in these three areas, you will be left by 2020. So I request all the young students to develop deep capabilities in three areas. This is based on NASSCOM white paper released about 2 weeks back. Information, communication, and technology is changing what we do, how we make decisions, and how we organize our work. If you take an example of cooking food at home, this has changed. Many times we decide not to cook, order half-cooked, fully prepared, dine out. So many options are available. With the technology, all these things have been possible. So all these changes call for actions. Before I talk about a few action steps, I would like to ponder on few points. Learn and then work for life needs a change in narrative to become learn for life and keep your work. If you're not learning for life, you will not find work. I come with mechanical engineering background. You must be wondering what I am doing with ICT. I have been called here not for what I worked for 30 years, but what I have learned in last 2 years. So this is an example where you have to keep learning to make yourself relevant. Few works will be completely automated. This is as per IBM CEO. He says that few works will be completely automated. Quite a few will be partially, and most of the jobs impacted on various degrees, thus changing rapidly education and skill sets for the upcoming future. If you talk with any IT CEO, he will vouch for these words. Engaging industry by academia is not enough in a rapidly changing ecosystem. Engaging has to transcend to co-creating. You have to invite industry and co-create with the industry. Simply engaging won't help. The biggest and most resourceful organizations are awakening to the reality of bright ideas and solutions popping out from anywhere by any person throughout the world. Diversity is becoming a virtue wherein most of the educational institutions are racing towards creating the sameness. We should be creating and celebrating diversity in the institutions, not the sameness. Dealing with disruption needs an asymmetric approach. Every aspect of education system needs a complete change, massive change, upside down approach. We need a combination of in-house innovations and open innovations. I'm a global mentor for quite a few innovation platforms. And from that experience, I can tell that all the industries now appreciate what they do in-house, but progressively they are increasingly getting associated with the open innovation platforms. And it is also suggested that all of you not only do your in-house innovations, changes, but invite outside institutions and agencies and collaborate with them for open innovations. 100 Open Startup is one of the forums where I am associated with. And there are a couple of others where you can participate. Peter Drucker, who is the known management guru, he has said that the best way to manage change is to create it. So if you are not creating change, you are getting obsolete by day. To sum up, what do we need to do as professionals and institutions? We need to build a system of responding. If you have not built a system of responding, it means that you are sleeping and getting slow in the race. Second is, each professional has to create high value addition. Incremental will not do. 1.5 times will not do. Each of professional has to start thinking in terms of how to create 10x value addition. Lifetime learning and relearning is becoming more alarming and more required. So to sum up, 5 takeaways for aspiring students. First, think big. India is going to leave 3-4 times of what it is in coming 5 to 6 years, 7 years. So you have to think big. If you won't think big, somebody else will. Collaborate and co-create. Deep dive into tumultuous changes to understand trends. Third, develop deep understanding of technology and domain. Experiment, try out, implement, fail often, learn fast. Be a lifelong learner, healthy, and connect with the self. I can tell you the most challenging part of my career is not to achieve the goals and objectives which I set forth. With certain capabilities, certain, life force, we can achieve many things. But how to be healthy, how to be happy is the most challenging thing which everyone struggles. Better you learn too early in your career. Walt Disney has rightly said that all our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them. And in this context, it is very evident that nation building is not a one-man's job. Congratulations to I.T.S management, director, faculty, students, and organizers for this flagship event. Once again, my sincere thanks for the invite and patient listening. Invite you all to connect and would be happy to contribute to the success of all of you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Yes, we all should now update ourselves in big data, analytics, and machine learning to sustain in